Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly. Along with Cindy, I'm Lyle, and tonight we have a special guest. Patriot James Smith is going to join us on the show, and we're going to talk about YouTube videos, his show on Wednesday nights, and an upcoming tournament he has. Hey, James, how's it going?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad for an old guy. A little
Well, I
chilly,
hope.
but not. The weather is what it is. It's December. It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah, it's cold and rainy here. It's cold, wet weather. I don't mind the cold and I don't mind the rain, but when you put them together, it makes old Arthur come visit.
Yes, it does. Winter used to be my favorite time of the year, and now I could do without it 100%. Don't need it at all, but we deal with it every year, and I guess we'll continue to as long as we're able.
Yes, sir. About 3 years ago, before I got back into catfishing, I was jumping off into creeks in wetsuits in this kind of weather. I'd rather dredge in the winter because there wasn't no snakes and bugs to aggravate you. But I just, at that time, you'd always go 1, 2, 3 before you jumped off in that cotton picket water because you had just about that cold flush of water into that wetsuit before you'd get warm. I just don't know if my old body can handle it anymore.
Well, I talked about this before with Doc and different people, and I used to duck hunt a lot, 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, and get out there and break ice where the decoys was, so you get some movement out there. And I've done that every year for years and years and years. And I don't care how good of waders you got, you still get cold. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I can't do that stuff and hold the end of the gun up after all them shoulder surgeries. But the end result is when it's cold like this, or it doesn't even have to be cold. If it's real nippy, I sit in here and turn the furnace up, and I'm just as happy as I can be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like any other thing, fishing or whatever. You got to have the proper tools for the trade. I've got a wetsuit that I can deal with that cold water. It's just the thought of it now. It just makes my bones hurt. Uh,
James,
but
can you turn your volume up at all?
let's see. Audio.
No, you got to shut off. There you go.
Did that help?
I don't know. I had to turn you up on my end. I get some guys saying that they was having some trouble hearing you.
I don't. I don't know why.
I don't think there is a volume adjustment on them,
No.
but
No.
um,
I'll talk a little louder. How's that?
that'll work for me. That'll work for
Okay.
me.
Hopefully they can hear us. Kentucky said sounds good to them. So,
Okay, good.
um, yeah. So that,
Sonny Parker just this is Sonny Parker just sent me a thing. It's going to be colder than a well digger, but Sonny's getting ready to have a surgery on his back, and everybody needs to remember that Sonny's getting ready to go through this and try to keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's such a great guy. And I've been fortunate enough to be in the boat with Sonny, and he's a blast to fish with. But he's a very good friend of mine, or I consider him a good friend of mine. And we visit texting. I don't text very much, but he texts me and call. We call each other and visit. And everybody needs to make sure that they keep Sonny in their prayers because he's got a pretty tough back surgery coming up. We want him to get through that the best he can.
yes, sir. I done been through 7 of them. It ain't no fun.
Right.
Sonny, just do what the doctor tells you. And then when you get home, walk, walk, walk. If you can't stand the pain, take a pain pill and walk some more. That is going to be the only way that you come out the other end of this.
Yep.
But prayers are with you, my friend.
Man, we got a bunch of YouTube guys in here tonight, James.
Yeah, I'm seeing there. There's a crowd in here. We got 80 right now from what my numbers show.
Yep, I'm showing a little over 80. Let's talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and the videos that you do to start with. You've been doing fishing videos. You got a regular little boat, and you have a pontoon you fish off of, and you go out fishing by yourself, and you also take a bunch of the local guys, other YouTube guys out there in your area out.
Well, I mean, I don't get to fish like I'd love to, Lyle. One thing is I live in the woods, so fall, when the prime time to fish is usually when my homework starts. So I don't get to fish like I'd love to. I know there's a lot more experienced people on here that are catfishermen, and I learn a lot from them. I give everybody my 2 cents. I've never claimed to be a professional at it, guys. I enjoy it, and I hope that I pass along the proper information to each one of you. And I've got a few videos in the works right now to be able to put up on my channel. That's probably why right now I'm kind of stuck. My numbers are not moving at all out. And that's if you're not putting up videos. They seem like they do want to punish you a little bit. Even though I run that live show, it kind of holds my numbers where it is. But I have fun, guys, and I hope that y'all enjoy watching Lyle's show, my show. We try to keep good information coming to you, whether it's from me or anybody else. We got a lot to learn from each other. So go in here, support each other's channels, guys. Trust me, you will learn something off each other, whether it's a brand new rookie to the sport. That's a different set of eyes. He's coming at it at a different way of looking at things than what we have been for a couple years or 10 years. We kind of get complacent in what we do. And sometimes we just need a different set of eyes to say, hey, guys, have you tried this before?
That's right. I agree 100%. There's a lot of new things. Something I noticed, and Doc and I had visited about this a few times. Some of the new guys have come into the sport in the last, say, 5 or 6 years, and they have a different twist on techniques that we had used for a long time. Basically, it's the same thing, but they change this or that to make it a little bit different. Some days it's a major deal on the way you catch fish. Other days it doesn't make a lot of difference. But just having that knowledge and these guys sharing stuff, it is a big deal. And Doc's been fortunate enough; he's fished with a lot of them guys that are going out to different places, and Virginia and Ohio and down to Wheeler Lake and every place. And he gets in a boat with a lot of people, and he would tell me about different things that these guys are doing. And it was, like I say, it's basically the same thing we was doing, but they have a twist on it. And sometimes it makes all the difference in the world. And guys sharing that stuff with other fishermen goes a long, long ways.
It does. I mean, you think about the Santee Cooper rig, the Santee rig.
Mm-hmm.
People's been using that thing for 20, 30 years down on Santee Cooper in South Carolina.
Yep.
And now, somebody said, well, why don't we just do this with a Zara spook? And boom, it's gone crazy. People love the way that thing rattles and acts in the water, and it actually is a little bit tougher than most styrofoam bobbers. And who knows? Some days I think it makes a difference. Some days I don't think it'd make any kind of difference. It's
right.
If a catfish is laying in the mud, to me, that's when I take my bobbers off. When it gets cold weather and them fish are laying flat on the bottom, I go straight Carolina rig. But other people might leave their bobbers year round. So it's to each preference of your style of fishing. And if you don't listen and learn from somebody else, you might totally miss the daggum trick that maybe would have put a fish in your boat on that bad day.
That's exactly right. And I think a lot of people get tunnel vision. They'll learn to do. They have some great success one time out on the water with one bait or one rig or one this or one that, and every time they go out, they go right back to that. And the best thing, in my opinion, that you can do is if you give it a certain amount of time, say 15, 20 minutes, and nothing's happening, you either need to change positions, change bait, change the type of rig that you use, your presentation, something, because if you know fish are there, you got to do something to make them go.
Yes, agreed.
So
and that's something that I've been bouncing in my head for a while, Lyle, and I've asked some people. Some people say yay, some people say no. And I asked this question on last week's show. Do you think that the bait that we use is the bait that's easiest for us to get, or do you think it's the bait that we use is the best for the catfish?
I noticed you got a lot of variations on answers too.
Yes, yes. So, you know, and that's why sometimes I ask questions like it, Lyle, is to make us think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's a great question. I remember when you asked it. Of course, I watch every week unless something comes up where I can't make it. But
right.
and I think I made the comment on on your show last Wednesday that for us in the wintertime, shad's number one bait, river or lakes, either one. That's just what works around here. But I think Asian carp will be something that the river guys will be using is when they can get it, just simply because it has now become a natural food source for the fish in the rivers.
And it's a high protein. So,
Very high protein. Very high
yeah.
protein.
Uh,
Yeah, really good stuff.
and I was mentioning that about the old bluegills and stuff. Well, I sat and watched the Chat Cat video today, and that's what he was using was bluegill. Said he
Yep.
loves bluegill in the wintertime, mainly because he can't get skipjack. But uh, I think that they school up heavy.
Yeah.
It's a sunfish. When the water gets cold, I'm sure they get very sluggish. Makes easy prey.
Yep. That's exactly right, and they're fun to catch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just about quit. I just about soon catch bluegill as anything. I mean, they're usually easy to catch. You can catch all of them that you want, and they make great bait.
And they make good table fare too.
Oh yeah, and they don't have to be real big. If they make a good tater chip, that's okay with me.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like them really, really well.
well, that's what I think me and you talked about before. When you get into fishing, if you go out brim fishing and it don't excite you to see that little bitty barber take off underneath the water, then it's time to give up fishing.
Yep, it is. It is. That's exactly right. And I do a lot of drop shotting for bluegill underneath a bobber.
Right.
Where the hook sticks straight out and a little piece of night crawler on it, or that's usually what I use. I know Dieter, he's a big on them red worms. Well,
Yeah.
they're too little for round for me to wire on a hook, or a piece of night crawler. You can just pick off a piece about the size of your little fingernail, and you just catch all of you want. There, I don't have to go look for them. They're easy to come by, get them at any store, and that's what we use. And for something about that drop shot rig where that hook goes straight out the side, and if you tie it correctly, the hook will stick straight out. And they just go up there, and when they grab that piece of nickel, you got them, and the weight's underneath of them, so you don't get hung up a lot. Works
I,
very well for me.
I'll have to try that. Now, summertime, I use a little old popper fly that you use with a fly rod.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so fun. Them big giant bluegill, half-pound bluegill popping that daggum fly.
Oh,
That's just exciting, man. I just love
yeah, they're fun to catch too. They really
it.
are. They really are fun to catch, and the bigger they are, the better they are. But now, I usually don't keep the giants for bait unless I'm really looking for a big flat head or something, or if I'm going to be in a tournament or whatever. I usually try to keep them about the size of my hand or or smaller. The great big giant ones, I usually throw them back because they're just like any other species. That's your prolific breeder, and
Yes.
you need to keep them in there. Them big females, man, oh man. Although they're great table fare and they're good bait, I just don't keep the real big ones.
Lyle, we got a pond over here near my house. It's private and the old man won't let nobody in there. But back when we used to be able to go fish that pond, I kid you not, you know me, I'd soon die as a lie to you. We was catching 2 pound bluegill,
Oh wow.
just like normal catching any kind of brim. We would cook these things and you would have to cut them, Lyle, like a big old flounder, cut the slices into meat. And when you laid it on a dinner plate, you didn't even have room for a hush puppy.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, man. And everybody said, why don't you cut the fillets? I said, man, that's a waste of meat. I just
Yeah,
cut it up and deep fry that big old son of a gun. You know what I'm talking about. You have one
I
person
do.
cleaning them wiggling fish and the next person throwing them in batter and in grease. They still wiggling when they hit the grease, boy. Son.
Oh man, it was some great eating right there, and crappie's a great table fare, but them bluegill, they're about as good as anything, and you just have to be careful you don't get any bones and stuff. But man, they're tasty little morsels.
Well, and that gets back down to knowing your bait
That's
and
right.
what the fish are feeding on, and that's. I guess sometimes I probably overthink it, but with that being said, I feel that a fish is going to, yeah, of course, catfish is optimistic. He's going to eat what lands in front of his face most of the time.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I think that there might be that one bait that might make that reluctant fish open his mouth.
Yep, I agree 100%. James, we got guys wanting us to spin the wheel, and we are redoing the wheel to this week and maybe next week. It depends. We have a bunch of new sponsors, and we're waiting on them to get their images to us. So we're just going to take people out of chat and send them a prize from here. And the first prize is going to be the Ted Ellensbecker Any Fish, Any Water Volume 1. We have one of these left. Let me get it over here where everybody can see it. We're going to send that out. I've got everybody that's in chat loaded up. If you pick me out a number between 1 and 5, we'll randomize them and then we'll give it away.
Let's go with number 2.
1, 2, and the winner is E-Fish 3.
Well, congratulations.
Yep, that's a new one on me. Don't know who that is, but if you will send me your shipping address after the show, Cindy, you need to write that down.
I don't see the name in chat.
It's E-Fish 3, capital E, F-I-S-H, and then a number 3. But just send me your shipping address after the show, and we will send that right out to you and get it on the way.
Congratulations.
Heck yeah, man. This is a great video. A lot of this guy's going to enjoy it. We've been using it for a long time. I thought I'd give them all away, and I was digging through some stuff the other day and actually found 2 more of them. So they will be part of the process.
I'd buy it from you.
Oh, no, James, you know how that is. They're nothing for sale. They're just for giveaways. That's kind of like I had watched your show some time back and had won a prize on there. And normally I give them back, but PD makes them hand carved fish.
Yeah.
And I got mine today. And man, oh man.
Good.
I got the other one that they give me at the conference last year. I love that. It's just beautiful. And we'll try to put these up together. That's Cindy's deal. She puts stuff where she wants to. I just kind of hang out and let her rock on with that kind of stuff. But they're gorgeous, and man, I really like them. They're really great. So, but like I say, you guys send me your shipping information on that. And we will ship this video out to you. I've watched it myself several times. It's very good. Of course, Ted is one of the better seminar speakers there is. He does a bang-up job, and he's a wealth of knowledge.
I said,
all right,
the show that you had with him on there, and it was like chat just stopped when that man started talking. Chat just stopped. Yeah. Everybody wanted to learn. He just has so much knowledge to give.
Nobody wanted to miss anything.
No.
He was really good. We had him on a couple of times and probably need to, do that again. Let's switch gears a little bit, James.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about your show you do on Wednesday nights and tell everybody about Patriot James Catfish and Talk Show that you do every Wednesday at 7 o'clock here on YouTube.
Yes, sir. I started that show about 6 months after Yakking with Sarah closed her show out. Y'all had y'all show going in full bore, had plenty of people in, but I seen there was a little niche that needed to be filled when she left. I tried to wait and see if old Dieter would have stepped up the daggum show, or somebody else would have picked up that spot, and nobody was picking it up. So I thought, why not? Let's just give it a roll. This gives me a platform to say, thank God, thank America, and give our veterans a lot of support and bring a little patriotism back at the same time and talk catfishing. So, I said, let's make a run at it and see what happens. And I started out, a few people here and there, people that was actually subscribers to my YouTube channel, and it's blown up from there. I love it. It ain't that I'm trying to interfere with your show or nothing else. I'm just trying to be all inclusive where we all have a place in this. We all have I don't know. I just enjoy it, Lyle.
Dieter said he's camera shy.
Yeah. He ain't never had that problem.
No, I'm sorry, Troy. It's been a long day. You know, I enjoy your show because it's so down to earth, and the honesty level of what you do is so great. And you do a lot of do it yourself stuff, and a lot of the guys that follow you are into that sort of thing. And it makes for a great venue for me on Wednesday nights. You are plumb on the east side of the country, where I'm stuck in the middle. And the things that you guys do out there are just a little bit different than what we do around here. So I enjoy the show, and you have a lot of chat participation like we do. Makes the show go fast, gives everybody something to visit about, and it's just been going really great. I noticed that your numbers have come way up in the last couple 3 months, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, the numbers have really come up, and now, just like your show, I'm starting to get a few more trolls that come in, and I guess that goes with the territory. But
yep.
And I do want to keep it kind of, I don't know the proper word, just down to earth, like you said. I want everybody to feel all inclusive. I don't, from the guy that just picked up his first fishing rod to the guy that's been fishing all of his life. I want everybody to have a place in there and a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And, I want to get back to doing some more DIYs. I've, past couple shows I've been on by myself, and at the first of the year, I will start bringing guests back in. I had some people asking me to do a few more shows with just me. And I okay, and I agreed that I was getting a little bit away from that, but I know most of them were a little bit more experienced in catfishing than myself, and I guess I felt like I didn't have much to offer. And that's why I wanted to bring other YouTubers in, more experienced fishermen, and that way I'm actually bringing people in, and they will bring people into the show. So we all have a chance to grow our YouTube channel that way.
That's right. That's exactly right. And the chat has become one of the integral parts of these shows like you and I do.
Yes.
The camaraderie and the people visiting amongst themselves while they listen to us talk. They have their own little conversations going on the side. And of course, we got Dieter in there, and he has a conversation with everybody that's in there.
Yeah.
And that makes it really cool.
Yeah, we got a bunch of good people in here tonight. I mean,
we
all
do.
the way through, and kudos to them. I appreciate it, everything, all the support that they give us, Lyle.
Yep, absolutely.
We cannot take that for granted.
No, that's exactly right, and that's the only reason we do the giveaways and stuff is to give back a little to the people that watch us each and every week, and come in here and let's face it, you can't do a bang up show every week. You're going to have one that's not quite as good as the one before or the two or three before that, but they're still here. They come in every week. We're to around 125 viewers right now, and that's they come and go all the time. My retention and viewership is in the last 28 days. I look at that every day, and it's up like 50%. 47% on the time that they watch the show, average time watch time, and I'm just amazed at that. And it goes up, seems like all the time. And these guys come in, they stay in, they watch it all. When it starts dwindling down is after it's actually posted on YouTube, and guys just go in there to check see if they want anything.
Right, right.
You know.
Yeah. Lyle, and I hate to say this, I got a message on my phone that I'm down to about 15%.
Okay.
So I just letting you know, if all of a sudden I disappear, I'm gonna run it till it dies. I apologize. I thought I had it all set up on my computer and my tablet, but I did not. So
all right. Well,
we letting her roll what we can.
Let's talk about. Tell him his channel again. People miss. Oh, tell everybody what your channel, the name of your channel is, and that it's at 7 o'clock Eastern or Central Time on Wednesday evenings.
Right. It's Patriot Catfishers of America. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central. On Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night. And I'm starting to do what I'm calling is a drop-in show.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I've been doing it here and there on Sundays, but I'll always drop in on a Friday night and say, hello, I'm here.
There you go.
And I found that out, Lyle, when I done that I've been missing people. When first time I went on that Sunday, I actually only had like 5 people that was normally in my Wednesday night show, but I had 26 people that don't never get to see the Wednesday night show. They catch it later and watch it afterwards, but they didn't get to see it live. Some of them's at church, some of them's got family obligations or whatever on that day. So I realized that I need to do something different to try to get in touch with these people, to bring something to them also. So I'm going to start doing some drop-in, what I'm calling is drop-in shows, just unannounced. Camera come up and I'll say, hello, we here today.
That's awesome, man. I think it's great. Before your phone gets dead and we run out of everything, I want to talk about your YouTube tournament that you have coming up this spring. This will be what, the second year for it?
Yes, sir. The first year, I scheduled it in January, and one of the thoughts was that I wanted to try to get the tournament done, the YouTuber only tournament, before the Catfish Conference. I had planned on being at the Catfish Conference, but the wife had to have emergency surgery, so family comes first.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to be able to announce it at the Catfish Conference. I wasn't expecting but maybe 5 or 10 local people to show up. I ended up having 32 YouTubers from across the country show up, guys, and I thank you all the way from Pittsburgh, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky. We had people from all over show up, and had 32 YouTubers and actually 28 or 29 boats. And 2 big fish caught. 2 that very well could have tied. It was 49 pounders.
That's great.
And not everybody caught fish. Of course, January can be tough. It's a good month for big fish, but it can be a tough month. But the one coming up will be April the 18th, 2020. I'm hoping to double that number. And guys, this tournament, there is no money to be won. I will have trophies or plaques made up. There will be first, second, third, big fish, smallest fish, the furthest traveled. And there will be plaques and trophies. But it's $20 a head, a YouTuber. And I will be posting up a video on more details to the tournaments starting January 1. I will be starting to post up some more details on that. But all the money, guys, that is raised at this tournament goes to the Military Honor Guard here in Gaston County. These old gentlemen have been doing this many years, and they never get any recognition. And they there on the final day to give the final rites to our veterans. I think they deserve all the recognition and money that they can get. And don't forget, guys, right now they're trying to raise money for Reese Across America. Please look it up, Reese Across America. It ain't but $15 to purchase a wreath, and they're placing wreaths on veterans' graves. Here in Gaston County, we're trying to get 5,000 wreaths for the Gaston Memorial Cemetery. You can look it up in Gaston County and make a donation to there if you want, or you can make a donation to your local. They'll have a list of where they support it. And on the 14th, there'll be anybody that lives close to Gaston County. You can go down to Gaston Memorial Park and please help everybody put out these wreaths. We got 5,000 wreaths to put out.
Wow.
So
That's
it's a good thing, guys.
It really is. That's awesome. You got to support our military and former, past, future, present. Doesn't matter. We just have to support them and keep that going. Sonny had sent me another post, made another post in chat that he thought we ought to give away something else before your phone dies. So, James, pick me out another number. We're going to give away one more of the Ted Ellenbecker Any Fish, Any Water videos.
We're going to make it easy. Let's say number one.
Number one it is. And the winner is Major Brown. Major Brown, if you will send me your shipping address after the show, we will get them babies right out to you. You will love it. Ted does a great job on this video, and it's got a lot of quality information. I know, Major, you do some bank fishing, so you'll enjoy some of the information that he sends out on this. So thanks so much for watching Catfish Weekly, and thanks, Ted, for having us and sending us those videos. I thought we'd give them all away, but I did find 2 of them, so we have give them away tonight, and that'll be just great.
Congratulations, Major.
Yeah, he's going to love that video. Like I say, I've watched it, and it's extremely good. Quality information by one of the great that does seminars that there is. So,
well,
Ted
that's
will do really well.
You can't watch just once.
No, you just keep watching them, and you pick up something every time that you do watch it.
Yeah, I know. Getting back to the tournament, if you have a YouTube channel, guys, go ahead.
Oh, Mid-South Outdoor Life would like to give away a $100 gift card towards the purchase of his boat, Lucille. Oh, Quentin, he's quite a guy.
I thought he done sold on Lucille. I don't guess he has.
I don't guess so. Yeah, he's a hoot. He does a lot of fishing down around.
Yeah.
He lives in Arkansas, but he fishes the Mississippi River around Memphis. Catches a lot of great fish.
I've got
a great
ideas,
YouTube channel.
I'm ready to redo that old pontoon I got, not the one y'all see me fishing off of. I do have another one that I'm working on. And I've got some good ideas from what he done to that boat. So, that's one thing I like about Quentin is that his DIY stuff is amazing on some of the things that he does. Just like I use a box anchor because of the pontoon. Let me tell you, that box anchor grabs hold, buddy.
Yeah.
You have to drive over top of it to get it loose.
Yeah, I've heard that about them. The only thing that I see wrong with them is they look heavy to me.
They're actually not that bad.
Really?
They're probably don't weigh much more than them hurricane anchors.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, it's it's just 1/4-inch cold rolled steel.
Well, that's not bad then.
No, that ain't too bad.
Well, I've visited.
Back to the tournament. I want to invite anybody that has a YouTube channel, or if you are a veteran, you are welcome to come fish in this tournament. And it don't matter if you're a bank fisherman or a boat fisherman, you are invited to come fish the tournament. Veterans fish free. You're welcome. If you don't have a boat, you come and show up, and we will find a boat to put you on. And we're putting out at a different landing this coming year, which is at South Point Boat Landing. At that time of year, Lyle, I don't know if I would pick being on a boat or being on the bank that time of year right where this landing is.
Really?
They could also be. I put some big fish on that bank down there over the years. That's going to be tough. it's I'll say this. You have access in this one landing law to mussel beds, shallow water, stump fields, to the deep river channel that ain't but 30 foot off the bank.
Wow.
So you have access to all different kind of stuff to place your bait. So,
Man, all that structure.
yes. Well, it's on the outside of a bend of the river channel. So everything that comes down that river stops right here. Well, it's cutting that bank off, and there are old growth trees that's falling off into water. That is just, it's, to me, it's just a flathead heaven. That's where I caught my biggest fish at, sitting 30 foot off the bank in a boat that people could access from the bank.
Wow, that's awesome.
And, that's why when Dieter come on my live show that night when I caught that 44, he was telling people, guys, y'all could do this from the bank. And I don't mind him saying it. I'll let them know exactly where I fish. It's a little bit tough off the bank because it's about 10 foot off of the water. So it might be a little tough to get that 44 or a 50 or a 60 up that bank, but I'm sure if you catch it, you will figure it out. I promise you that.
That's
If you
for
have
sure.
to jump the water and walk around the bank with it, you will figure out how to get that fish up to show it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a fact. But that's awesome, and man, we got a lot of guys that have got YouTube channels in our chat tonight. A lot of them from out in your area. They must tuned in just to hear you tonight. But a lot of them are in here every week too.
Yeah, I made an announcement on a couple channels I was going to be on here tonight and made sure they come. Of course, I always share your stuff on them channels anyway.
Sure.
On Monday nights. But yeah, Lake Wiley during that time of year, April, can be a hot month. April and May can be days going to be some big fish. And this time, I'm hoping that every boat comes in will have a chance to weigh a fish. I just look forward to meeting everybody again, shaking hands. And that was the whole thing, Lyle, was being able to bring all these YouTubers together in one place.
Yes, yes.
Put a face with a name, shake a hand, hug a neck, and say, my friend, I finally got to meet you. I finally got to shake your hand. These guys enjoyed that more than the fishing themselves, Lyle.
Oh, I'm sure so. That's one of the great things about doing tournaments and stuff is the fishing's wonderful. If you happen to hit a lick, that's even better. But one of the greatest times that you have is sitting out in the parking lot visiting with everybody,
Yes.
of a motel, or at the cabins if you go to Wheeler Lake, or whatever it is. Them some of the best times that you have in the sport, and you make some friends that uh, you never forget. You just don't, and it's a lot of fun.
I never thought I would have ever said that about social media, that I would meet lifetime friends through social media, but I have.
Absolutely.
I've met guys, and quite a few of them are on here tonight, that are welcome in my home anytime, day or night. They can call me anytime and say, James, I need you or whatever. And I would not have a problem with that at all. I never thought that through social media that you could build a relationship like that, but I was wrong.
We had a gentleman ask about a spinning reel recommendation in chat, and I don't use that many spinning reels, and I see that he's getting some answers in chat. James,
Good.
do you use any spinning reels?
The only spinning reels I really use are my ultralights that I use for
Right.
bait fishing, and truthfully, Lyle, these are 25-year-old Quantum micro lights. I've had these things, and how they're still working, I don't have a clue, because I've had the line ripped off them daggum things by big fish so many times it ain't even funny. But hey, I clean them up, throw a little bit of oil on them, and them little bitty Quantums run like a dog.
That's
Now,
awesome.
I don't know about the new Quantums. I don't have a clue. And I've got a couple of the mid-sized pin reels that I run like 8-pound line on. that I throw like my sabiki rigs and stuff with. I have no complaint with them pin reels, but these are the older reels, guys. The newer stuff, I don't have a clue. The guys in chat, Lyle, like you said, I love chat. These guys, if I don't have an answer, somebody in there will.
That's exactly right. And those pins that them guys were talking about, I know that they're great reels. But years ago, James, and I'm going to tell you this, and I don't know that I ever told anybody else this, but I was on YouTube, or not YouTube. I was on eBay one night, and a guy had a bunch of brand new Pinnacle spinning reels. And what had happened was I messaged him about one. He said, "Well, how many do you want?" And I said, "Well, how many you got?" And he told me how many. He said, "I've got other stuff too." And he got to tell me about all the stuff he does. And what happened was they had a Kmart store in his area, went out, and he went in there and bought all the fishing reels they had.
I'm a dang.
And I bought a bunch of ultralights and a bunch of light action spinning reels. And I'm still using them. And I've given some of them to my kids. And I've got 3 or 4 of them left. Some of them was new in the box, and some of them was displays where they was out of the box, but they'd never been on a rod. And I bought all of them he had. And I've had those things for years and years and years. They're old bottles now. But the ones that are on my shelf are still brand new. And I'm guessing this was 10, 12 years ago when I done this. So it worked out good for me. But I haven't. I don't use them for. Your phone's getting weak.
I had to turn down my mic on my phone is going crazy.
I bet it's because of your battery.
Sorry about that. It might be my battery going dead.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I just turned it up on here, and it's not sounding that way on my channel.
Yeah, it's a little weak on this end. Little weak on this end.
It's going dead. I apologize, everybody that's in chat. I did not plan on this happening, but my phone's about ready to completely go dead. I hope we can do this again. I apologize.
Absolutely.
With that being said, guys, I was going to say God bless America. God bless all y'all. Thank you for coming in watching Catfish Weekly Live. Thank you and Cindy for having me on tonight. And we'll be back. I promise. And we'll see y'all.
All right, buddy.
Night off.
Absolutely. Cindy, I think he forgot to charge up his phone. And that's one of them deals that happens. We still had a great time with him. It just sounds like a guy. Yeah, I forget to charge mine up all the time too. I know Morales' Catfish left a message in there in chat a while ago if we would go back to PK, and you never know. We had a great time down there. It was a lot of fun. So it's a good chance that we may. So I hate to miss old James, but we was about done with a lot of the stuff. There was a couple more questions. We'll get him back in here and we'll go over some of that stuff and get him back on the show. And he's a great guest to have on here. So you guys be sure to tune in and watch Patriot James Catfishing Show on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Like and subscribe. Hit the little notification for bells, which you should be doing here too. But go ahead and make sure you watch him. He does a bang-up job. He has guests. He had Stacy Gaston and Joey Kirby on recently. He's had Dieter Melhorn and a bunch of them. And Dieter and I are putting together a show along with Quentin is going to be doing one with us. And we're going to be talking about some stuff that a lot of you guys at fish tournaments probably are going to be interested in. And the show we do with Dieter is going to be a lot of fun because although Dieter and I agree on a lot of the topics that we're going to bring up, we disagree on some of it. So that'll be a fun show. And that'll be coming up, I think the 23rd, the week of Christmas. So it'll be a lot of fun doing that. So you guys make sure that you keep tuning in and get everything going. Let's see. Hey, Grant, how you doing? Got a bunch of guys in here tonight. Justin Fishing Fedlish, Peel and Drag, Catfishing, Patriot, Catfishers of America. That's James. PD Fishing, Avid Fisherman, Kentucky Catman Adventures. Jerry Drodry. Miss Hillbilly Catfishing, Swamp Diver Outdoors, Muskrat Adventures. Jeremy Beecham's in here from all the way up and around the Kansas City area. Randy Chitwood. Palmetto Cats, Carl Wells. Sonny Parker, Eric Deary, Avid Fisherman. Maurice Kaysen, Jimmy LaRoe. Got a bunch of guys that's come in here. There's Junior Proctor, Mr. Gadget Catfishing, Skip Stewart, Chunky Cats Fishing, Dieter Melhorn, of course, the Bottom Dollar Outdoors. Jerry says, Happy Holidays from Bloodline Tackle, Mike Lewis, Troy Thomas, James Dockery, Team Wampus Cat Outdoors. There's Morales Catfishing, or Texas Fishing. Ken McCartney, Lonnie Roddenbush, Hillbilly Jim Adventures. eFish3, don't forget to send me your information. You was the first winner on tonight's drawings. Patriot's back, sort of. That's exactly right. Catfish Hunters. Mike Hager. I'll get you as soon as I see them. It's hard to go through that chat. It goes so fast, and we miss some of them. And it's a lot of fun seeing you guys. And there's Mike Irvin. Some of these guys, we start to show up sometimes around early, and the chat opens up as soon as we put it up. And some of the guys are instantly in there, and they stay the whole time visiting with each other. Others wait until the show starts, which is fine. Hey, there's Mike Hager. I see you in there now. Catfish Stalkers Outdoors, Chrissy Brown, Eric Jackson. But, some of them are in there for an hour or 45 minutes before the show starts visiting with each other. 777 Outdoors. There's Junior Proctor, John Patrick III, Muskrat Adventures, Ernie Brown. A lot of them guys are in here every week, and we appreciate that so much. You guys are so awesome to keep following us. We're into our 6th year now, and it's hard to believe it's been going this long. But Lisa Hill, sweet.
She's been doing a lot of fishing.
She has been doing a lot of fishing, catching some great fish. PD's in here, but yep. I'm one screen shows it's easy for me to read, the other screen's not so easy. Yep, Mike Sampson's been in since about 20 minutes after. He is. Stephen Hare, Troy Thomas. Thank you guys so much. Yep, Mike was in early too. So
no cinnamon rolls.
No cinnamon roll. She's got me on a diet, man.
I'm the only one losing though.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lose weight. Cindy works hard. She works out all the time, and I do not. I do not work out at all. About the most workout I get. Thank you so much, Troy. About the most workout I get is when I take the dog out for a walk 3 or 4 times a day, and that's about it. Hey, you know what we got, Cindy? We got a pack of Hooker's Terminal Tackle 10-aught Mad Catters. What do you say we give them away? All right. Let me get the chat loaded up here. Make sure we get a fresh load. Get them all.
Someone made 12 dozen cinnamon rolls. Wow.
12?
Avid fisherman?
Well, you didn't give me none of them.
That's a lot of cinnamon rolls. 12 dozen.
That is a lot of them. $12 dozen. Wow, that is a bunch.
That's what I read. Richard Ward said he's known you since Mendota.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mendota, that was several years ago.
Quite a few.
We haven't been to Mendota since then. It was a blast up there. That was a great time up there. Caught some giant channel cat. Cindy, pick me out a number.
2.
1.
144 rolls, Michael said.
2. And the winner is Bottom Dollar Outdoors. Bottom Dollar Outdoors, send me your shipping address and all the information after the show. We will hook you up with some of these Mad Catter hooks. You're going to love them. James has been a great sponsor of the show. I've had these laying here since the last time he sent me a bunch to give away. We had 1 or 2 packages left, and that's the last one, I believe. So we will ship them out to you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching the show, being a part of Catfish Weekly. And James Arwood, thank you so much for everything you do for us. It really means a lot. Is there any other questions in chat that you see? Don't forget, folks, Sonny's getting ready to have his back surgery. We want to get Sonny on here once he gets to where he's feeling a little bit better. But he's going to have that back surgery. We want to keep him in your thoughts and prayers because we don't want anything happen to Sonny while he's down and out. He'll be laying, resting up. That'd be a good time for us to get on him and stay on him while he can't get up and chase after us and get mad. So Randy Chitwood was born in Mendota. Oh, Mendota, Illinois. We're talking about Wisconsin. Chrissy, I don't know when Sonny's having his surgery, but it's within.
Next Friday.
Yeah, it's within the next week. So, yeah, we want to make sure that he gets all healed up. Pirates of Lake Mendota. Yeah, Sonny was out fishing in his boat. I believe it was yesterday. He done some live videos and had a great job. Caught some fish and we have them all picked out, and we will be doing those drawings of those 6 winners next Monday night. So 6. We're going to take 6 out of the 12.
Oh, okay.
So be sure to tune in for that. We'll give all that stuff away for those sponsors that has promised the stuff that they're supposed to send. Some of them have sent it in. Some of them have not got it here yet. So we need to get that stuff on in here. I'll be contacting everybody this week to make sure they get it in here for us like they're supposed to. And we'll be giving it away Monday night.
It's not the 20th. It'll be.
What?
That's be Sonny's surgery's 20th.
Oh, Sonny's surgery's the 20th. Okay. Oh, PD, I'll have to get it for you. I don't know what Sonny's address is. I've got it, but I'll try to get it to you. But yeah, I'm sure he'd appreciate anything like that. The 20th. Okay, cool. But we just want him to get back to feeling better. No more falling in the boat. And go from there. All right. I don't think I got anything else. You got anything else you want to go over? All right. You guys have safe travels. Merry Christmas. Stay warm. We'll see you next Monday night right here on Catfish Weekly. Thanks, everybody, for watching.